What would be the 2 or 3 traits of one, that you had to have to do this, and 2, why were you so committed to having built this national network across 6 countries, 30 states, et cetera?
For me, it's been as crazy as it sounds. Like I remember speaking at a conference and they said, what's your goal by 2020? And I said, we're going to be in 40 cities by 2020. It was like 2014.
Yes, I remember this. I remember joking about it with you.
And at the time, I was in like 5, right?
Yeah.
And so they say, like, if
And
you
2 of them around Portland. It was like Portland and
We're going to
Clackamas
count them both, but we're counting them both.
Right,
It's officially 3 zip codes, Bucko.
Exactly.
Yeah, we're in, man. 3 zip codes, 14 cities.
Correct.
And so I remember thinking, if you share your goal and they don't laugh, it wasn't big enough. Man, I was laughing. I'm like 40. But at the same time, I learned 3 things from this. Number 1, that was as much thought as I put into it. I was going to turn 40 in 2020. And I thought 40 cities, 40
Sounds
years
good.
old. Oh my God. But we tend to look at people that succeed and we think they had some angelic moment that we didn't get. We think the heavens parted one Tuesday for them and we're still waiting for Tuesday to come. The truth was I had to put it on a brochure and I had a week to do it. And I put it off until it was time to print the damn brochure. And I'm like, well, 40, let's go.
Yeah.
The whole thing happened that fast.
But it sounded crazy when you said it. I remember being like, oh my God, that's something impossible.
2017,
Yeah,
they
I know.
invited to the same event. And they said, remember like the book Good to Great? And then they wrote the book years later, like Built to Last, like who's still around?
Yeah.
They invited the speakers back to the same conference and said, okay, let's update and tell us where you're at. And I remember getting ready for it and looking at it and going, holy crap, man, we're in 72 cities now. And my aha in that moment was, and I think about it a lot, when I think I'm thinking big, if I've never done it, I don't know what big means. I would have told you 40 was at the moon, and I said it to myself thinking, dude, if I get 35, that'll be, if I do 30, I was at 4.
be a god.
I was
Yeah.
at 4, yeah. I'll be a real estate king.
But
And
isn't Gary great at that, though?
the greatest at it.
I believe.
And
I think
it's
Gary
like,
Keller's got,
yep.
he teaches you what you think
Yeah.
isn't big enough.
But I didn't. And so today I look down and someone goes, how big do you want your world to be? And my answer would be as big as it could possibly go. I no longer think in terms of limits. Now, the challenge is I don't know what that number is.
Right.
If Keller Williams is in 800 locations in the US, and we are, then that would be my starting point. If KW went to 800 locations, then I could just go to 800 locations. Like I don't have a limit.
Right. It's been done. I think I can do it.
But when I think I'm thinking big, if I've never done it, I don't know what big means.
And see, I think I was there when he said that, and we were both laughing in the car to the airport, and we were back at the same event 3 years later. I said, holy shit, thought you doubled it? And you said to me, I'll never forget, you said, no, but it taught me I'm not thinking big enough. And that bothers me.
Don't even know how far I can go. Don't even know.
Exactly.
Yep. So to put any box around it is like putting a box around yourself.
Yeah.
Instead of saying, I wonder how big it, I mean, Gary said it this way. He said, I wonder how big it could go.
Yes.
Let's go do that.
Yeah, and that's awesome.